back to the show. We have had a great first half. I'll recap it for you a little bit just in case you're just tuning in, but this is Lowcountry Money Talk. This is Phil Bloyd.
Yes.
He is with Revolutionary Financial Group, and we are walking our viewers through the ways in which you could potentially get surprised on tax
those
time
are bad surprises.
during retirement. You don't want that kind of surprise.
No.
So we're myth busting today, and Phil's helping us do that. Things we might think are true, finding out how easily it could not be true. We've covered already so far how our deductions can change as we move through life and into retirement, and we've talked a little bit about Social Security and how that could wind up being taxable for us, and of course what happens if you're a widow and how that all plays a role, which all works together.
Yeah.
What we haven't discussed yet is inflation,
Right.
and we're all talking about it, so we
For
may as
years.
well
Seems like
talk
forever.
about it now.
Yes, sure.
So let's talk about how this could affect us
Yes,
in retirement.
Sure. Okay. So inflation, we've been here for what, year and a half, 2 years, I guess. You know, it seems like we're just stuck in a rut.
We are.
But when I'm retired, a lot of people will take the income out of the IRA when they get a hit or they need more money. They immediately go to that deferred account.
Yes.
So the problem with that is everything costs more. You know, we could say cost of living in there too, because cost of living
Absolutely.
has been going up. But anyway, so let's say I need some more money because I think the study came out and said American households were down $2,500 a year in income or something. So let's say I need another $2,500.
Right.
I go take it out of my IRA. How much do I have to take out of my IRA to get $2,500? More.
More than 20.
Because I got to pay taxes.
Yeah.
So if my taxes are 20%, I'm going to have to take more out, right?
Right. Okay.
So I'm going to take an extra maybe $2,800 or something. So I take $2,800 out of my IRA, which goes against my Social Security being taxed. So if I was at the lower rate of my Social Security being taxed, maybe that $2,500 puts 85% of my Social Security being taxed.
Right.
You get me on
Yeah.
this stuff?
All of a sudden you've
Right.
moved into a new bracket for Social
And maybe
Security
I was
tax.
in a, 22 could put me in a 24 or vice versa or whatever.
Really just compounding the problem.
Compounding the problem. So I need more money because of inflation and cost of living. So I go take more out of my IRA. One other thing, what has been going on with the stock market over the last couple of years?
Oh, well, it's been all over the place for one, but mostly, yeah.
So last year, I think the S&P index was down a little under 20%, and the NASDAQ index, the techs, were down 35%, roughly.
Yeah.
So if I have this money invested long-term in equity positions, I'm going in and I'm taking $2,800 more out of something that has decreased in value.
Right.
So when the market recuperates,
They're missing that chunk.
I'm missing that to grow back because of inflation and taxes.
And we know the rule. We know that's not a myth. You're not supposed to sell low, right?
Right, right. I think my wife's license plate, which I help provide because it's a Marine Corps license plate, says buy low. And it's not the grocery store.
Not the
Okay, they went out
they're
of
good
business
too.
down here. So it's like, oh, he's a manager at Buy Low. Okay, whatever. So anyway, that's going to hurt us that way. So that's really a big issue is with inflation because we're taking more out of these accounts. We're going to pay more in taxes. Could cost our Social Security to be taxed at our higher rate. So it's dragging us in many ways.
So this is so interesting to me because not planning for taxes properly before retirement can affect you kind of all across the board.
Yeah.
And how scary that is when you start adding here at all these places that you're spending more money in taxes.
Yeah.
I think it pays to have a plan.
Yes, it does.
So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. A couple more things to cover on taxes, and then also, the importance of a plan. So please plan to stay with us for our final segment on the show.
That's the easy part.
That's the easy part. Just stay there. We'll be back in just a minute.